Welcome to another episode of Catering Circle COVID-19 Special Season 2020. Now, if that wasn't a mouthful, my name is Mr. Akikur Rahman and I will be your host tonight. My good guests will be pleased to know that they have special dispensation from my mother to call me Aki tonight. Tonight, my guests and I will be discussing how the post-COVID-19 era of marketing and branding has changed and whether we need to adopt different strategies in making sure we maintain our margins and revenues, which is so vital in keeping us afloat. But before we do that, let's recap and take a look at what we learned from last week.
Good evening and welcome to the Catering Circle. My name is Tanya Rahman and I shall be your host for this evening's show.
Episode 4, Technology.
They don't have to come to the restaurant, they don't have to touch anyone or see anyone, and they were protected.
Use it in the most effective way because speed is still important. You want to create that environment. So I'm more about the environment, making it easy, speed.
We all need to learn more about it, how to combat these days, COVID-19.
There's a lot of data that's behind this technology that we ourselves at the restaurant have actually harnessed to educate ourselves.
When they sign in via the social media platforms, it gives them an option to opt in.
When top restaurants that we see on Mayfair are having to move to delivery just to stay afloat.
If your restaurant is shut, you still need to continue to keep your brand going, keep your staff happy, and keep your customers also happy. Systems really helps you that, and most importantly is the database you create, especially with takeaway system with your caller ID and postcode database integrated.
You've got to look at your menu, not just because of what you're actually offering, but seeing where there's crossovers in terms of all the products within your menu, because that's where you make the synergies, that's where you make the sort of the reference to it.
The industry is moving fast, so we have to change, come up with the time as well.
With the ecosystem, it's connected to our online ordering, so reservation widget with open table. The code could be on Instagram, Facebook or wherever, and that will automatically be connected to the ecosystem, and the receipts will print out how many guests. If they want to place the order, they can place the order or just reserve a table.
The website for us is very we're actually now changing our website because of COVID-19, and we've got a fresh brand new website launching in December.
We're talking about 58 million just in the UK got smartphone, so they're doing order online, and it's a huge amount of money going through. And if you are smart enough, collect the data and slowly transform to your side. If you can do that, it's brilliant. People buy a home microwave, so half get cooked, it takes time, the rice doesn't get hot. I would say go for a commercial one, you pay a few £100s, but it's worth it.
They are controlling the whole market now, and I believe that they are in a business, they should make the money as well, and we should make the money as well.
We have 340 huge combi oven, and it works cost effectively, and it does a lot of work.
You say, can you replace your chef?
You have to give spices, so you have to have someone.
The inquiries don't just come on the phone, it's via email. It's the modern technology where people don't want to pick up the phone, so it's very, very important that you interact that way.
People are going to be building and developing machines for the kitchen, so we're talking about back of house and front of house, but there will be certain parts which are obviously, as time goes on, which will develop in that way.
And the most important is microwave. I say get a commercial microwave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome back, guys. Now, without further ado, let's meet our esteemed panel of guests. Our first guest tonight, a man who needs no introduction, the founder of Channel S Television, a businessman who seems to have transcended every aspect of the business world, a hard-hitting television presenter, and someone who's instrumental in promoting the British Bangladeshi community. Welcome, Mahi Firdaus Jalil.
Thank you.
Excellent. On my right, we have the owner of the highly coveted Grand Trunk Road restaurant, a chef who has transformed Indian food at a global level, being part of the Oberoi group of hotels and the Taj group of hotels in India, as well as the very famous Tamarind group of restaurants in London. A Michelin plate chef as well. So welcome to the show, Daya Shankar Sharma.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
My third guest, Julia Erdal. I have pronounced that correctly because I've practiced. A regular on the show, a chef, an educator, a judge who's also made appearances on the smaller television networks such as Channel 4 and BBC. She's also a master craftsman of the member of the Craft Guild of Chefs. Welcome, Julia.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now, my final guest for this segment, my friend Zia-ul Chowdhury, the winner of the Star Show and the Talent Show Awards 2018, owner of Montaz. If you haven't been, fantastic restaurant. Welcome to the show, boy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's take a look at a short clip on topic 1.
Episode 5. Marketing and branding. Is coronavirus impacting your business? Here's what restaurants should do immediately. Share your COVID-19 safety protocol. How your employees are practicing social distancing. How you ensure that your supply chain doesn't contaminate your finished product and more. Why it's mandatory for anyone who enters your restaurant to wear a mask. Explore online delivery options. Let customers know those on your website, social media accounts and printed materials. Spread the word via email, ads and even with influencers. Move your business purely online. Examples of lead magnets you can try: website pop-up, landing page for special offers, collecting emails from online deliveries, marketing campaigns, SEO tools to make your restaurant easy to find online. Keep active on social media. It takes a good social media strategy, cover image, Facebook page tabs, hashtags, photos of food, geo-target your ads, embed videos, etc. Start running social media ads, promote discounts, free delivery, gift cards, etc. Use emails marketing for retargeting. Create combo packages that suit the times. Be transparent and honest online. Build trust with customers. Transform your employees into your restaurant's brand ambassadors on social media. Run a giveaway to entertain customers. Prepare for post-COVID-19 marketing.
Let's move to segment 1 on COVID marketing ideas. Welcome back, viewers. Don't forget to subscribe onto the apps on our website, and also download our Catering Circle app on any Android and iOS device where you can actually view this show and all your other favorites live. So let's move on to comments from our guests first of all. Our first guest, Mahi Bhai, I will ask him how the industry is actually fighting back and how marketing and branding is playing a pivotal role in doing so.
Well, firstly, with COVID-19, this is the only industry that's going to be affected the most. Even looking at Scotland today, everywhere is going to be affected. Marketing is basically, obviously, a lot of takeaways, delivery still is happening. The restaurants are shut in London, UK. Social media, I think you covered it very well on the clips.
Yeah.
Social media promotion, but you must follow the COVID rules.
Absolutely, yeah.
You can't break the rules because you want to make some extra money, because life comes first. If you want to value beshi, then you have to have a safe working environment, delivery environment. Also, when you're delivering the product to somebody else's houses, you only need one customer to put a bad review.
That whole process has to be safe, obviously.
Yeah, and if you don't, and the marketing time, as you said, I personally think that you have to. That 2 minutes clip was done very nicely. You need to say, and there should not be a complicated menu this time of the. My opinions have to be very simplified menu.
100%. Well, the specific menu items that we need to remove, we will move on to that a bit later on.
Yeah. Okay. But marketing, you need to have your product. What are you going to market if you don't have your product correctly set out? You don't want a customer with like 133, 150 items on the menu because you don't have enough staff. So you need to simplify it for the COVID period and market that menu and value for money so people understand.
Why do you think our industry in particular is lagging behind in terms of the marketing and branding aspect, especially with what you mentioned there about taking off items from the menu? Why do we, as an industry, an Indian restaurant culture, decide that maybe
I think
that's against?
I'm not going to say, like this brother here, the youngsters, the third generation, they are prompt, they knows what they are doing. Might be the traditional ones, they are difficult. Inside the city of London, none of your marketing is going to work. It's only the outside. At this stage, city of London, all these big restaurants, even if they do deliveries and whatever it is, it's not going to work because city is empty. So for them to pay £300,000 rent and a rate, there is no a simple marketing strategy for them because there are a huge amount of loads. But going back to your questions, it's very simple. Cut your clothes according to your size.
Excellent analogy there.
Cut your clothes according to your size. How many staff do you have? How much capacity do you have? Are you keeping one chef, one packager and one tandoori chef, 3 people? Make that menu based on what is inside the kitchen you can deliver and promote your product and tell them, very simple menu we are doing for a COVID-19 menu and this is the COVID-19 menu. I know a restaurateur who I given a tips around the corner for NHS packaged food, piece of a chicken and a bit of a rice, and he's done £45,000 from one contract.
That's the
very
difficulty
simple,
though, isn't it? We have loads of restaurateurs that actually believe having 125 dishes because they're so special.
I'm sorry, but I don't want people to get upset with me. This is a time we need to simplify it. Most popular vegetable, Bombay potato. Keep that. Okay, Bombay potato is easy. Bag of potato costs £6. You can sell 700 portion of potato. So take the king prawn because supply chain has been broken. King prawn prices are going upside down. I even tried to buy last week. There was not enough under 5 king prawn in the market because supply chain. The COVID-19, the biggest problem is the supply chain has been broken. So you can't give everything to your customer.
So you've just explained to us a solution to a problem. But many of our restaurateurs at the moment, what they think is, look, I've got 100 dishes, let me take it down to 90, that will be enough.
No.
But you've just explained that if you do take it down to 10, why
you'll make a lot of money
reasons, of course.
and you will be managing your staff properly and it will become simple for marketing. Marketing is very easy to do, very simple to do.
Well, you'll be telling us more about it
No,
later on,
it's very
hopefully.
simple. You just promote it, the most best-selling dish. 100%. And you don't want 200 dishes there. For this is a time, and this catering industry, the big boys do not want high street. Big boys want everything to be delivered. Big boys want everything to be inside. You know, so therefore we need to adapt with the system for us to make money because our community is one of the community will be affected. Because if you say so-called 10,000 Indian takeaway in a restaurant in UK, all right, let's benefit of the doubt, take 2,000 out, say 8,000.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. Talking of big boys, let's move on to another one over here from the very famous Grand Trunk Road restaurant, Daya Shankar Sharma.
Yes.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
One of the challenges he has, hasn't he? One of the challenges we are facing during the pandemic is cutting down the menu, something we touched on with Mahibhai over here.
Yeah.
As a chef, can you please tell us how you'd cut your menu dishes and give us the chopping list? What would you cut
definitely.
Cut from it?
As like sir just now mentioned about the menu, he explained very well. He explained everything which is like the time required because the COVID is broken the chain of supplies. if we are having so many items in our menu, what will happen? Because we cannot fulfill that gaps, which is like you have so many items in menu, 120, 130 items in a menu. You cannot deliver them. You have to see the all prospectus, that what is the requirement of your kitchen.
Can I interject there and ask?
Yeah.
How many items did you have in your menu pre-COVID? And how many do you have now?
Yes, I reduced the menu. I taken out so many dishes which is we cannot deliver, first thing. And feeding our guest, regular guest who comes in the restaurant and dining with us, they have got a different experience, because that time you can serve that dishes and that dishes will remain very well if
now
you are
in
presenting
foil
them.
Containers, which doesn't look as good.
Yeah, because like if we are talking about scallops, okay? Scallops, as soon if you put in your delivering menu scallops, what will happen? It's not going to work, because what happens, as soon you are going to cook the scallops, after 2 minutes the scallop juices will flow,
go well in a Papa
and
bag,
it will be not like. So there is the calculation is very important, that how you are going to manage your kitchen. You need to see the affordability of your restaurant as well, that how it's affecting your cost. How it's affecting your labor cost, is how affecting your food cost, how affecting your all prospectus. You cannot, because this is, as like I explained earlier, our fellow, that we have to know all the aspect very well before presenting your menu. And I deducted, I think, around 15 to 20 dishes I taken out from my menu, regular menu.
Which is what percentage of your menu?
I think we are running around 60% of menu, which is like existing menu of the restaurant. I taken out 40% of the dishes.
Fantastic.
And I put so many new dishes also, which is like we are not doing in our restaurant.
We'll come back to your new dishes a bit later on.
Yeah.
Let's move on to our third guest, Julia. Julia, how has restaurant marketing changed, and how does this affect my business, and what do we need to know as an audience?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what I've seen is a lot of these restaurants, even the high-end restaurants, they've all switched to delivery in some shape or form. They've had to think quite quickly, think on their feet. I think that what some of these restaurants are doing as well is that now, because yes, the cities, they've been shut, people are working from home and all of that, they've had to be quite creative in the type of foods that they're offering as a delivery. So yes, some dishes are not going to come out so well, they're not going to look so well. And actually what some restaurants have done is they're offering cook-at-home kits.
Excellent.
So, you give them the elements of the dish, you give them the recipe, or, you give them steps, you create steps for the dish. You say, okay, you're just going to put this, because, you've got brands like Gusto who will give you a whole meal kit. You'll order for the week and you'll pick dishes, and then each day they'll deliver you the stuff, the ingredients for you to cook that dish at home. Well, actually, a lot of these restaurants can do that as well. And in fact, I've seen all around the world, actually, there's been really clever little stories of restaurants that have actually done that.
Your local that you order from, your local Indian restaurant, have they introduced new food into the menu?
Generally,
or have they just completely cut off?
What I've seen is they've cut down the menu, and I've seen that they basically did like the popular dishes, those top dishes, those dishes that everyone knows and they love, right? Those famous Indian dishes.
Of course,
they'll just send you that. You'll be able to order that.
With the cook at home.
Yeah, cook at home. Heat at home, or the ones that transfer well into a takeaway box that you can then receive and either eat there and then, or reheat and have. So yeah.
How do you also advise the people that you advise? How do you advise them to keep the people at home safe?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. So generally it's been, they knock, they leave the food, they stand back from the door, they follow those instructions. A lot of them now, it's no contact delivery. Okay, so they come, they'll knock on the door or they'll ring you. Some of them, like I know with the restaurants, friends that I know, they ring and they say, okay, I'm here, your food is here, and they go. That's it. They leave the food and they go, and that way people feel safe, and also they're wearing masks. They're all wearing masks as well in order to go and do the delivery. some of them I've seen, they're wearing gloves, they're fully covered. It's like, might as well wear those like special suits.
We'll definitely find out what Zia Urbai is doing with his delivery staff and his kitchen staff in a moment. So what we'll do is move on to Zia Urbai for now. The question I have for you, Zia Urbai, is we saw that all restaurants are turning to takeaways, obviously, and deliveries in accordance with the state regulations. Have you moved your business purely online? And again, the same question, how are you keeping your customers safe?
Yeah, so I think right at the beginning of lockdown, we did, like many others, we did a video for our Instagram and our social media showing the process of from the order taken to how we take the order, how it's being cooked in the kitchen, to how it's being delivered to the house. So we had a full video of 1 minute, reduced it to a 1 minute clip, showing the whole process. So the same thing of giving the comfort and ease to the customer that this is how it's going in a COVID-safe environment. Moving the whole business online. Being outside in the market towns and stuff like that, it is very difficult. But what we've done, we've worked with our online company and we've prepared for the second lockdown for the virtual online ordering.
Excellent.
So we've paid extra money to get our machines updated, our broadband updated, everything.
Were you online pre-COVID?
We've been online for good, probably 4 years.
Okay.
Anyway.
So it wasn't a new experience or anything?
It wasn't a new experience, but what we had to do is enhance it to make it a better experience.
Filling over the cracks.
Yeah. So basically, you look at the aggregators and the ease of use. So most people will sit on their phone and order.
How do you maintain your safety protocol? Because in a previous show, I think you mentioned that you were associated with the AA and you've done that course. Was it yourself?
Yeah. So basically what we did, we got a professional risk assessment guy in.
Excellent.
And luckily he was one of our customers, so free food paid for that. So,
couple of onion badges.
and so he came in, trained the staff completely, front of house, back of house, how to do things, So an interesting point he said about the gloves, he said, make sure your staff aren't wearing gloves because gloves, you don't realize how dirty you're getting. So your staff will always be working, but they don't realize that they're kind of like picking up this and picking up that, and they might be moving this and moving that. So
isn't that anti-government?
Rather
protocol?
wash. No, it's not.
No?
It's not. No. So rather wash your hands regularly, every 20 minutes.
Wear gloves.
Yeah, every 20 minutes or half an hour. Whereas a glove, you'll probably not change within 2 hours. Especially front of house stuff. They're bringing takeaways, they're cleaning tables or whatever. They're not going to know how dirty their hands are.
That's
getting.
an excellent way of looking at it.
Yeah,
because a lot of
that risk assessment brought that to light.
Yeah.
Simple things like candle holders, don't leave them on the table because the staff are touching it, the customer's touching it, somebody else is touching it. Even though it creates the ambient, it's not safe. So...
Thank you very much for that.
The AA, I'll quickly say, we sent the risk assessment off to the AA. And we're COVID-19 safe for another year until we get another risk assessment.
Inshallah. We're going to move on to our Zoom guests now. We have with us tonight Mr. Faisal Chowdhury, all the way from Scotland, who among other things is the president of the Guild of Bangladeshi Restaurateurs Association. We're also joined by Mr. Helal Malik, who is an executive member of the Catering Circle. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show, guys.
Assalamu alaikum.
Excellent.
Thank you for inviting us.
No problem at all. Faisal Bhai, I'm going to go to you first. Mr. Faisal Chowdhury, MBE, from your organisation of the Guild of Bangladeshi Restaurateurs, how have you managed to survive during this pandemic, in Scotland especially?
It's very difficult. As you probably know, that we've been on lockdown for weeks. When England was still open, we were on lockdown. So, and as you've probably seen the news today, it's continuing again. And I cannot see us reopening until Christmas. So it's a very, very difficult time. And we don't know when we'll be able to open. And that uncertainty is the one is killing everyone. And quite a lot of my colleagues and other business partners, they're thinking that some of the restaurants might not even be able to open because they're not sure what's happening. I mean, after the last lockdown, we all came back, spent a lot of money on our businesses, made the restaurant COVID secure, and
Thank you, Faisal Bhai. Thank you for that insight into that. We are a bit short on time, unfortunately. I'll quickly move on to Helal Bhai. Helal Bhai, what marketing are you using in your restaurant during COVID-19? And tell us about your experience briefly.
Sure. I mean, the first thing, marketing is really about common sense for this time round. To be honest with you, it's actually giving customers a reassurance that the food is safe to start with. What I did in my business was, first of all, very simple. We did a deep clean first. We took some pictures and we put it onto our social media. Customers loved it. Followed by, I did a flyer, which was keep calm, carry on. And we actually streamlined our menu, which was very, very small. So that way we only got the top sellers. So only 4 starters, 4 side dishes, a few of the old favourites, and the chef specials are on request. Once we've done that, we've then moved on to doing a picture of all my staff standing in front of the restaurant wearing masks and gloves. And that was an absolute hit. So really what it boils down to, it's actually reshaped everyone's livelihoods, their lifestyles. And to be honest with you, when we say the word lockdown, in Bengali, it means ortal. And I think everybody, our forefathers, we've all been in ortal, so we understand how it works.
It's very reassuring for obviously your customers.
It's more about trying to embrace technology. So the way marketing works is you're actually meeting that customer's expectation by making the food safe, by making sure the food is quality and it works for you. At the same time, it's important to understand that a customer must at least enjoy what they have. And obviously, right now, everyone's feeling the pinch.
Thank you, Helal Bhai. Thank you for those comments.
Big businesses, massive organisations, they're downsizing, they're cutting. Like today, Witherspoon.
Thank you. We're going to move on to Ziaul Bhai. We are short on time, Helal Bhai. Thank you very much for your input. Thank you. Ziaul Bhai, final question. Final comments on what we've been discussing.
Yeah, so I think marketing and branding, I think any part of business, I mean, be it a high-end restaurant or be it a high street takeaway, I think the main important thing is that, you should enjoy that part of the business.
Do you want to mention the charitable thing that you've done?
Yeah, so basically what it is, and this is another marketing and branding thing, so we've started a campaign called Fill Your Food Banks. And what it is that every restaurant or business that will get involved.
I've received those texts.
Exactly. Yeah. So we've the other marketing side of it, we've created a hashtag Fill Your Food Bank. So whoever hashtags that, it all comes on under one banner, onto the social media.
It's been extremely successul.
Yeah, so we launched last week and we've got 60 restaurants on board, and it's a very simple concept. You post the post, you ring your local food bank and you say to them, what do you need? And if you haven't got the money because the business is suffering, you can go and volunteer a morning or afternoon of your time to help pack or whatever. So,
Fill
your food banks, hashtag Fill Your Food Banks.
Thank you so much for that, Ziaul Bhai. Thank you very much for coming in tonight.
Thank you.
We're going to go back to our Zoom guests who have a lot to say. Final comments from Faisal Bhai, please, if you can keep it brief, Bhai.
Sure. As I was listening to Mahi Bhai earlier on, I think the biggest problem we have in our industry is branding and promoting. So I think it is very important. We need to, at this difficult time, it's going to be how do we send the message to people? How do we do that? So we need to be on social media. And how we do that is very important. And I totally agree with Mahi Bhai that we cannot have a big menu. So the biggest problem we have, our Bangladeshi restaurant, is we have quite a lot of common dishes, but our dishes have different name in different places, different area. So some of the dishes, some of the customers are coming from England, they're saying that they want a madras, right? When they come to Scotland, we give them a madras, and they will say, oh, it's kind of a bit different. So I think
Thank you, Bhai. We're going to go to Helal Bhai really quickly.
It's about time. We all need to get together and we need to create. It's like if you go for Italian.
Thank you very
food,
much for that. Thank you for that. We're going to go to Helal Bhai for a brief final comment, please.
Thanks, Aki Bhai. I think the most important thing in today's business empire is really marketing is the key to building the bridge between yourself and the customer. And that bridge, in a nutshell, is like what Faisal just said, what Mahi Bhai said, is one is to downsize the menu, two is using marketing tools more efficiently and effectively, and also have some kind of feedback mechanism with the customer. Because really, once we give that food to the customer, we don't realise what they do with that food. So I think for myself, watch the space. We're going to very soon start organising some TikTok videos on a Bengali funny humour. Customers want humour. So you'll see that very soon.
Definitely signing up to that, my friend. Thank you very much. We're going to go on a short break and we'll be back with you. Thank you very much. Let's go to segment 2 where we'll be looking at digital marketing ideas. Thank you.
Does not go outside, you need to learn.
Let's look at a short clip on digital and smart marketing solutions.
Marketing and branding to increase your restaurant's revenue. Is your restaurant business failing? It may be your PR, marketing and branding. What do I need to do? Use public relations and social media to bring in new customers. Can't afford a PR firm? Obtain ideas from their blogs and implement it yourself. Why brand building is important. Branding is fundamental. Branding is basic. Branding is essential. Building brands builds incredible value for restaurants. Branding is where you start. Marketing as a function supports the brand. Marketing should be a very high priority. You need to differentiate yourself from your competitors and create a unique selling proposition. Your customers spend more time looking for restaurants on the web. Can hungry customers find your restaurant today? Restaurants dominate the local search and mobile landscape. Do you have a website to begin with? Is your website visible and searchable online? Is your restaurant mobile friendly? Can your restaurants be found in a local listings? Factors that make consumers more likely to order are discounts, loyalty points, ease of ordering, delivery alerts, ease of finding restaurants, remember past orders, on-time delivery guarantee, and remember credit card for ease of checkout. Some of the most important tools that you can use to bring quality clients to your restaurants are mobile marketing, email marketing, SMS marketing, increase profitability through menu changes. Restaurant operations must stay up to date with trends and commodity demands. Adjust menu offerings accordingly. Establish a loyalty program. A loyalty program brings back regular customers and attracts new customers. The result is increased revenue. Don't forget, PR, marketing, and branding is the way to increase your restaurant's revenue.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back. Now, before we move on to questions, we have a new guest with us. He's an executive member of the Catering Circle and also the winner of Season 2 Talent Show Awards and the owner of the impressive Bay Leaf restaurants. Assalamu alaikum and welcome, Tafazul Bhai.
Thank you very much for having me.
Excellent. We, off camera, we actually had quite a fiery discussion with my esteemed guest, Mahi Bhai. And while it's fresh in our minds, let me ask you this question. What are the effective ways of marketing for someone's restaurant in this digital way? And what do they need to get across? What point do they need to get across? Along the lines of what we were discussing before.
No, it's very simple. Look, it's COVID-19 since March. What do we want? Hospitality, we don't go outside and have big business meetings. We don't go and say lamb shanks. We don't go there and saying 2 pieces of lobsters I want to be served by like this. We don't go to Ritz, Yanofsi. Everyone is thinking, how can I survive? How can I stay away? So it's a survival mood we are in. What it is basically, our food. Look at India's record on COVID. Look at Bangladesh's record on COVID. Those so-called big organizations here, like one he owns, one BBC Air, one all of those, they should have got together and get scientific evidence and saying, this is, go and see the COVID medicine, what it's made of, and you see it's got tamarins. Antibacterial fighting, go and see. I'm not a scientist, I've been studying on it. What is in there? What sort of materials is in there?
So what you're basically saying is...
So for example,
use the
a mushroom, if you put that mushrooms and as the sunlight gets there, it absorbs vitamin D. If you eat it, your immune system, in England, 90% of the population, might be more or might be less, a vast majority, let's say, are vitamin D deficiency, vitamin C, folic acid, all of these things. Why those organizations could not pay someone £10,000 and put it in a lab and says those dishes are the best, and that would have been tomorrow. That industry, everybody would have given up.
So you're suggesting that
chips.
You're suggesting the market trends should be us basically highlighting.
Correct. People want to live longer. People want to survive. Nobody wants to die. You don't want to catch COVID. You don't want to catch COVID. I don't want to catch. I don't want my mum and dad to
your marketing would contain the fact that most of our food has turmeric in it.
Correct.
Etc. Etc.
Lemon, vitamin C, vitamin D, product coming from sun. We have got every single thing, but we don't know how to do marketing and how to present it to the people. Because that Italian restaurant around the corner, he says that it's immune boost up for this dish. And people are queuing up. Go and see. Is it end of my road?
Well, he'd be wrong, because Italian food has carbs in it.
No. He put some garlics and things and everything else. Yeah. So he got one of his customers to make a comment. It's not even scientifically proven. So look,
but people will believe.
No. But the organization we have, if they love this industry. In British society, we have got the laboratories here. We have got everything. Let's collect 10 grand. Let's put some dishes on there. Let them test it and see how good it is. Look, I'm a vulnerable man.
I blame Tofazul Bhai over here.
No, but so let me just answer your question. So packaging have to be correctly done. So for example, I worked in a restaurant. So if you have the old traditional way, chicken tikka masala, if you put some cream on it, double cream, if you do that for in-house customer, that looks good. But as soon as you put it in a container and put the cream...
What is the use of
that? By the time it goes home, that food looks like yucky. You're not going to eat that anymore. And as soon as you put that in a microwave, that cream... Oh, I tell you don't want to eat, your appetite will go. So people need to do correct way their presentation. Forget about those. Sometimes these people just think some Nazis do. No, you don't know who is eating. Forget this nuts business, because few of the Bengali restaurant owners have been to jail. So they need to learn from others if they don't have money to do their own research. And
you need to set up a consulting company. I'm going to stop you right there. And I'm going to move on to Chef Sharma over here. Chef, how do you promote your food service on social media?
Yeah, as like I already explained that first you have to always updated yourself that how you are educating your guests, whoever your customers, because this is the pandemic time. You don't know, because everybody is they cannot come and dine with you.
Absolutely.
You have to protect them. How you are going to protect them? To show you that what you are doing, and how you can show that what you are doing for them. So you need to have some sort of evidence. Now what?
So we were discussing earlier backstage.
Yes.
You do a lot of videos, don't you?
Yeah. So what we are doing, like we made a video that, okay, this is how we are cleaning our kitchen. After cleaning kitchen, how we do the sanitization, and how we do packaging our food, okay? And meanwhile, when we are cooking, that what our cooking methods also have been changed. That temperature also we are keep checking every time. we are maintaining our records, and meanwhile we are keeping our chefs and whoever working in a kitchen, we are keeping their temperature record as well.
Fantastic. I think we're all missing a trick here. Zia Urbay earlier on mentioned that he's also doing similar things with respect to videos.
Yeah.
In terms of digital trends, so what do you use to market those videos? How are you promoting those videos? What platforms are you using?
Yes, nowadays there is so many
Instagram.
There is so many the social media platform is there. So you have to be ahead always. So what you are doing, you have to be on that all social media. You have to follow them and keep updated yourself on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. And we are saying our guest, whoever recommending, our guest is writing something good about you. That yesterday we got your food and it was fantastic. That is also we are making people aware that.
Do you as a chef have any creative license over the videos that are made?
Yes, it's not because
obviously the food that comes out to the front. You have to okay it before it comes out.
So we are tracking everything, and we are keeping video also, and we are putting on Facebook, social media, and all.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Chef Sharma. I'm going to quickly move on to Julia and ask you about the current social trends.
Yeah.
And how can a restaurant utilize this and benefit from doing so?
Talking about the video, so Instagram has stories and Instagram has reels. So one of your guys mentioned TikTok. So reels is now the competition to TikTok. So if you're on Instagram, forget TikTok, because sometimes TikTok might be a little bit, bit young. It might be for a particular type of audience. Your customers, majority, are going to be on Instagram, and they're going to be looking at stories and reels. So stories are things that you can post up and they're gone within 24 hours. So stories can be things like 30 seconds, whatever it is, a sizzling dish coming out of the oven, or a dish that's being put together for a takeaway, that kind of thing, customers ordering, that sort of stuff, new menus, new things, new dishes. And you can add music to the stories, you can add funny little emojis, you can add funny little words. So stories are great, they can be a bit longer and they'll just be gone in 24 hours.
Excellent.
Reels.
So what you're saying is obviously TikTok is for the younger demographic.
Yeah, I'd say TikTok is for the younger demographic. TikTok started out as a kind of dancing, everyone dancing on the video, right? That's all fun.
You should see
okay. I'm sure you can. Yeah, I'm sure you can. I'm sure you're nifty with the feet, which is great. Yeah,
we won't be able to see them.
Absolutely. But look, reels. Go with reels, because I've been putting out reels on my Instagram. Reels are brilliant. They're 15 seconds. You're capped at 15 seconds. You can put it. It goes on your feed as well, and it's got its own separate page as well. Goes on your feed, and the reels are there, 15 seconds, quick little video. I put one out the other day. I videoed ingredients for like 6 seconds, then I videoed the finished dish, then I quickly videoed a spoon going, ooh, taking it out, and that was it. That was the video. You make the video up, you add the music, add the words, bish, bosh, bash, it's out, it's done, it's out there in the mainstream. So these are things that restaurants can do, right?
Talking about videos, we're going to quickly move on to Tafazul Bhai. What strategies have you taken to build trust during COVID-19?
Yeah,
from your real-life experience.
Yeah. It's very, very important. Since 4th of July until the second lockdown, you had to build the trust, because in July, to be honest with you, a lot of people were scared to come out. However, with the August Eat Out to Help Out has forced or encouraged a lot of people to coming out. But that's the point, you had to do it. First, we had to have 1 meter plus distance between the tables, screens in place, hand sanitization on entrance, temperature checking, and recently, since the guideline came, the face mask. Every customer has to come in with the face mask. If they didn't have one, you provide one. Then you take them to the table. But once they're in the table, obviously they take their mask out. One-way entrance, one-way out is another thing that everybody should try if you have that facility. Otherwise, you say to one party, please wait there until the one party comes in or goes out. So these are the important things that we had to do. Staff, they had to wear face mask. It's mandatory. I think I'm in favor of wearing gloves. But however, you have to have a system in place. When you wear gloves, you have to make sure you remind or you give the staff a guideline every 15 minutes, 20 minutes, they sanitize their hands.
All the things that you've just said there, how are you merchandising that through digital platforms?
That's right.
And also your food as well.
The first thing I did is I made a video, 1.5 minute video.
On what platforms were they?
They were on my website, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TikTok is a big thing, especially in Asia. You can't live without it at the moment. I have recently started doing TikTok, and it's not a mishmash. You can do bish bash as well.
Well, I was actually joking about it, and you're actually on TikTok. Fantastic.
No, I mean, safety comes more, first and foremost. You cannot compromise with safety. At the moment, even with the delivery, you have to have contactless delivery, card payment, easy to use ordering system. User friendly is so important as well.
I think the common theme amongst all of us is the fact that we're all doing videos to inform our customers.
I think it's showing your staff as well, though. I don't think it's just the food. People actually
like to interact with
That's
human.
right. People are looking for normality.
Yeah.
People are just looking for that friendly face going, we're still here. Hi.
I mean, I must have done at least.
That's it, right?
I must have done at least 3 videos during these lockdown.
Yeah.
I think as long as our customers
I would encourage anyone not to be shy. Put yourself in front of the camera.
Put the
try
chef
your
in front
best,
of the camera.
and believe me,
the staff.
I think they want to see you. Your audience want to see you.
They want to see your face. They want to see that you're there and you
food.
exist and you're still alive and well. Because people actually, I think what this COVID has done is that it really should be spreading love around the world, spreading that humanity, that we're all in this together, and that actually we as the restaurant, we as the business are looking for your support, and the customer is looking to you for support. So actually, we're all there in it together,
I think this creates
right?
obviously a bit of love, like you mentioned,
Absolutely.
and the fact that your customers know you're safe and you're concerned about their safety by creating these videos. It works.
To convey that safety message is paramount, and you have to do it. Don't be shy. Come in front of the camera. Do a minute video from front of the door all the way to the kitchen, all the restaurant.
100%. Thank you so much,
it
guys.
works brilliantly.
We're going to quickly move on to our Zoom guests. We have, first of all, Sharina Ali joining us from sunny Dubai. And then we've got Altaf Hussain from less sunny Southend. Sharina is a chartered marketeer with 17 years of international experience, having worked in Dubai and Abu Dhabi. And she's also the international PR director for Farah Experiences. Am I right in thinking? I think there might be a bit of a delay all the way to Dubai.
Hi, sorry, I was on mute. I'm so sorry. Yes, Farah Experiences. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Sharina. How are you doing?
Good, thank you. I'm just listening to everyone, and I know everyone's talking about safety, but it's a good point. Safety is very important, but everyone's got safety fatigue. Everyone knows what they need to do. Everyone knows the precautions that the restaurants are taking, and there needs to be something fresh to differentiate. And what we've been doing in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai is we've been going into the memories people have, nostalgia marketing. People miss celebrating birthdays. People miss your ambience. It's not just about your food. They miss your hospitality. They miss the staff. And all of these elements are really important in terms of putting them in video. The other thing I wanted to highlight is you will burn out if you do every single social platform. It's, as and when for your audience. And so therefore, TikTok, if you've got a young audience, TikTok's fine. But your audience are local, whether you're a takeaway or a restaurant. If they're older, they're going to be on Facebook. If they're younger, yes, they're going to be on Instagram. And Instagram and Facebook are both interlinked. If you try to do TikTok, Reel, Instagram, Facebook, all of them, you're going to burn out. Be very, very specific with the channel that most of your audience look at, and that's very important. And remember, Facebook and Instagram are
That's a
linked.
very
If you
good
do
point
an
you
Insta
make. So
story
you're saying
on Instagram, you can put it on Facebook as well.
So you're saying target the actual social media platforms as well, and specifically put your
Specifically to
energy
the
into
audience
those.
and what your audience look, and your best friend. You have to remember that you know the restaurateurs know their customers the most. We know, so we just had in Abu Dhabi, our lockdown has finished, and we did the safety messaging. Everyone knows what they need to do. Everyone's doing the temperature checks. Everyone's doing the mask, the sanitizer. We've just had a Yas Island festival of food, which has got 50 restaurants participating. 90% of restaurants in Abu Dhabi and Dubai have gone into the same situation as the UK. And in order to bring the revenue in, what we've been doing is doing a festival of price points, cheap, medium, gold, silver, bronze type of pricing, and that's worked. We've had a 76% uplift in web traffic, 52% increase in restaurant visitation. But mainly what I've noticed, because it's only been week 2, what I've noticed is people are coming in to celebrate the birthdays. People are coming in to celebrate ladies' night, things like that. So think about those for preparation of post-lockdown. The other thing is, since lockdown here, I haven't made a single lunch for myself. I'm always working. Every negative situation, whether it's a recession, etc., always gives you new opportunities. So if you're a takeaway or a restaurant, like the previous guests have just said, there's, people aren't going to be eating a heavy lamb shank. Why don't you highlight your lunch options, your wraps, things like that? Put them into your social media. Increase the content on your website, because you need search engine optimization, which means you need fresh content all the time on your website to stay up in the Google rankings.
So basically what you're saying is tailoring your menu.
People are going to come into the restaurants. They're going to order your lunch offering. So make it easy for them. They need a quick meal that they can have in 5 minutes. I haven't had a single day this year when I've had lunch that I've done myself. I don't have time.
Many thanks,
So
Sharina.
this is the
I'm going to
opportunity.
quickly move on to Altaf Bhai, but we will come back to you, don't worry. Altaf Bhai, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum, bhai. Thank you for having me here tonight.
Not at all. I'm just going to ask you, first of all, Altaf Bhai, touching on Sharina's point, how do you promote your menu? And what's the customer response that you've had so far from them ordering online?
Well, this is we're doing media. This is our menu on digitally distributed to customers by PDF format. So there is lots of digital marketing, which is I did on the last lockdown period, but still lockdown, which is we increase my website traffic, get more social media followers, and most of the grow an email list.
So just before you go on, sorry, Altaf Bhai, how have you actually sent those PDF files across?
I have got my loyalty program, which is I have got my in-house curriculum membership, and we did collect the data and contact details, and send out email newsletter with new menu. And we have got a sleek, functional digital menu, which is very easy to forward to our customer, which is in our database. And the Snapchat is the way forward, which is time-based promotional on Twitter, which is I do, which is I have got a plan.
Thank you, Altaf Bhai.
By scheduling.
That's quite a few things you're doing there, Altaf Bhai, which is contrary to what Shireen is advising us. But well done nonetheless. I'm going to go back to Mahi Bhai and ask you a simple question.
Okay.
How can a restaurant gain customer satisfaction and loyalty?
Very simple. Do not treat your customer as a fool.
Okay.
So, for example, government given a VAT cut.
Yeah.
I got an architect who works with me. Costa coffee, same day, price gone down. How many of our Bengali restaurants has put the price down by few pence? None. Majority of them didn't. So customer thinks they're out there, you're doing all this marketing and everything else, but you're not treating them with respect. So my architect, it's only a few days ago, he queuing up to a shop I can't name. I said, why are you going there? Why don't you go there? He said, no, they treat us with respect. White man, Englishman, Ron Cardy. He said, do you know what, Jay? They straightway reduced the VAT cut and given that benefit to me, but majority of my restaurant don't do that. That's why you need to treat your customer with respect, brother. Do not treat them as a fool, thinking I'm going to give them a tick-tock, tuck-tock. They're not stupid. They understand many, many things. You can give them all this video in the planet, but if you don't respect them, you can ask me any questions. You might say overhead, these, that. No.
But through the VAT cut that the government has given us,
yes,
may I add, some of that budget maybe is being used to pay the developers of the videos.
What
but then
videos?
we understand what you're saying.
No, give 5% off, give 2% off, don't give 20%.
Yeah.
Give 15% off. Whatever you need to
You're saying that
respect that customer, because
loyalty.
the whole world knows taxpayer have to fund more money, and he is a taxpayer, so he need to see that you are listening to government Downing Street number 10, and you are getting 20% discount. Your business will go up because he will say, I went to my local. This is a positive marketing, my friend. So I am not using a PR company.
What Mahiba is saying basically
so
is
he will. So
pass the discount
Mr.
on to the
Dayashankar
customer.
will put it on his there. I went today to my local India Gates, and they have given 20% off. He will tell his local 50 friends. Those 50 friends, 20% of them will come in tomorrow. Your business will boom. Because paid marketing does not impact much when you're paying.
What you're saying
but
is
when Dayashankar is a local man, he's a mayor. And he's got 2,000 followers on his Instagram, Dayashankar. And he says, I went to my Indian restaurants. And you know what? They done that. So, look, Fresh Bites, they had reduced their every sandwiches price by 20% in the country. They are a Fresh Bites, a company who turn over a week 3 million quid, just sandwiches selling in a petrol station. Again owned by
That's
a Punjabi.
fantastic.
Yeah?
We're running out of time.
Okay, one more second before I go. You asked me a question before I couldn't answer properly. I was thinking, we as a catering industry, as a Bangladeshi caterers, we have failed. No one challenged that government.
Are you talking about the associations or us as restaurateurs?
No. The association, all the big lords where all these parliamentary goes and every year on a dinner party goes and celebrate and bang, bang, bang. Tesco, Sainsbury, you queue up hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands of people every day. They don't pass the virus. Why this restaurant industry? Why no one in the parliament ever challenged the government once? Where is the evidence on that SAGE report? I read from top to the bottom. I could not find one line. I am not a caterer, but I feel that we are underrepresented, and every year you guys decided to call these people from House of Parliament and invite them and give them all the, big salutes and everything else. Why no one challenged them?
What you're saying is we don't obviously have a voice.
I'm sorry.
A voice of reason.
That's where I said to Abdul, I don't like to come to this program because I personally feel so bad that Priti Patel used to go to every programs in her life. Boris Johnson used to go to everyone's because they'll have curry, chicken tikka masala. Okay? Chicken tikka masala.
You feel they're not doing enough to actually support our industry.
Hold on, brother. I'm sorry I'm taking some time. Tesco, Sainsbury, go there, see the queue. Not even 1 meter, not even 60 centimeter. So why these people can't spread the virus? Why you sit in a restaurant properly and you are in the same family? Where is the evidence? Right. I tell you what it is, because you guys don't have no voice. It's a £8 billion industry, £10 billion. You will say 4 billion, he will say 6 billion. He will come and say 12 billion pound industry is gone. Then eat out and help out. There are so many restaurants, dishonest one. They never even had a restaurant inside. I'm reading Financial Times.
So
they claimed.
I'm just going to cut you short. Tell me what the point of all these associations are.
It is, Sobitula. Do you understand?
Fantastic.
Sobitula. Why we could not write 2 letters,
Roughly
2 lines,
translated,
2 lines?
It's a photo opportunity.
Yes. And I tell you what it is. This is an opportunity, brother. I'm sorry I have taken some of their time. They will forgive me. I tell you what it is. If you guys the youngster, want to save this industry, I tell you what it is. You boys
Create
need
another
to
association.
No. Come up with a slogan that reduce risk of COVID when you eat this food. Come up with that scientific evidence. You guys will do hundreds of billions in Britain. Nobody will eat any other food. But somebody have to come forward and say, it doesn't say cure it. It says reduce risk of COVID-19. And I tell you, the Indian restaurant will queue up. I'm sorry.
Strong words from Mahibai. I'm going to go back to my Zoom guests. I'm going to start off with Sharina. Sharina, did you enjoy that? Final comments, please, Sharina.
So the Department of Abu Dhabi Tourism, they did a campaign called Go Safe. And they got all of the restaurants, hotels to come on board to highlight all the safety measures they're taking. They called it the Go Safe campaign. So I just thought to myself, if the Bangladeshi Restaurant Association or an association push that forward, and we have, I don't know how many, we've got 14,000 Indian and Bengali restaurants in the UK, signing up to that, and there's a badge on their, on their website highlighting that they're part of that campaign. That would go miles because it's worked so effectively in Abu Dhabi and in Dubai.
Thank you, Sharina. Unfortunately, we have run out of time tonight.
Just going back, because people, as I mentioned,
we will come back to you
really
in a moment. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. I'm going to quickly go over to Tofazul Bhai and get his final comments.
I'm sorry again.
Final comments for what?
What we've just been discussing.
Look,
your tips.
Marketing is very important. We've been focusing on marketing.
Do you like the approach Mahibai has taken into
marketing and branding is key to the success. Customers need reminding. You need to knock on their door. Gone the days of newspaper. Yes, you have to use your social media and PR, USP. Now, going back to the healthy eating, it's not about only eating rice or pasta. You got to have a balanced meal. It's about protein, carbs, and fiber. You cannot have carbs and expect people to believe you. You got to have. Once somebody came and told me, "Oh, masala dosa is amazing." I said, "Is it? It's carbs on carbs." The customer paused and said, "Yeah, you're right,
So you're on the same boat as Mahibai.
Having a balanced meal and telling your customer.
The key to that, I think, is advertising the fact that it is full of carbs, or it is full of protein, or it has vitamin D, or it has turmeric and stuff like that in it. And I think what Mahibai is trying to say is most of us restaurateurs are not doing that at the moment. But thank you so much for attending, Tofazul Bhai. Unfortunately, we have run out of time.
Okay, that's fine.
But thank you, and we will see you again shortly.
Mahibai's fault.
I'm going to quickly go to Altaf Bhai for his last 30 seconds on his views, and we're going to go on a short break straight after. Thank you. Final comments, please, Altaf Bhai.
Sorry, thank you. Yes, what I did said, my Sharina did similar things, which is, but there is lots of other things to digitalize marketing, which is I do is, or many restaurants would do midweek special, and because of the, as Daldubai mentioned, for VAT reduction for 20% to 5%. Yes, of course, which is against lots of restaurants do coupon and discount setting, like we do midweek special for discount price, is as customer knows, which is obviously we're getting VAT reduction from government, so we have to show some respect, responsibility for the community.
Thank you, Altaf Bhai. So coming back,
we do other things actually is which is customer loyalty. Customer loyalty is the most important.
Altaf Bhai, unfortunately, we have run out of time. Thank you for attending. Altaf Bhai, I do apologize. We have run out of time. Thank you for attending. But again, you mentioned the coupons and giving back to your consumers because of your discount from the VAT reduction, which Mahibai touched on before. We're going to go on a short break, guys. It has been very lively, as you can see. And we will be back very shortly. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to the show. That was a brilliant and lively segment 2. Now we're going to move on to segment 3, where we'll be looking at smart marketing and branding and PR ideas. Again, guys, don't forget to download our Catering Circle app, where you can actually view this show live and view many of your other favourite programmes on Channel S as well. We have a new guest with us right now. Before we move on to the questions, we've got the Managing Director of MediaLink, I do apologise, a leading ethnic media and communication agency. He's also the director at Lansbury Heritage Hotel. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Islam. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Let's start off with yourself. Now, I think I have you on Facebook, and I've seen many pictures that you've been posting over the last couple of years. Now, from someone who posts a lot of pictures, you've obviously seen a vast amount of marketing and branding done by a restaurant. So can you tell us some innovative PR and marketing and branding ideas?
I've always said whenever you use social media, it's very important that you keep it targeted. Not everybody uses social media, especially if you've got a restaurant which has a like a middle-aged clientele or an affluent clientele. So it's got to be a balance between how you attract these customers. Social media can be very effective if you're going for a particular type of audience. So if you're doing blind marketing, it may not be as useful. So for us, it's always been more targeted marketing. So if you use a balance between the traditional marketing, which could be the word of mouth, the leafleting, and then a balance between Instagram, Facebook, and other social media, it can work. But again, you need to understand who your client base is. So for me, my advice to any business is, first you need to understand who your audience is, and then find the right tools to attract these customers or send your whatever messages that you want to send to them.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that. That was very insightful. I'm going to move on to Julia. Again, smart marketing offers like Eat Out to Help Out worked very well, obviously.
Yeah.
What other smart offers do you think will bring in traffic?
So I was thinking, things like tell a friend, bring a friend, and then the two of you get discounts. You'd see that online quite a bit, actually. £50 gift voucher, like some company, I'm saying the restaurants do this, but £50 gift voucher for you if you introduce a friend and they spend X amount of money. So, it could be that you say, look, bring a friend, and both of you will qualify for 25% off. There's things like, say, if you follow an observance day, so it might be Veganuary. Okay, so it's like month of January is traditionally that they've come up with this whole thing about the vegan and obviously things about plant-based diets now. So following trends, jumping on top of those trends, obviously things like Christmas and Easter and that sort of stuff.
Obviously, the things that you're telling us about costs money. What about the low cost or zero cost marketing budgets for those who haven't got that?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have a budget, you can still introduce these kinds of incentive schemes for customers. So even if you don't have a budget to do that, you can do those yourselves. The thing with marketing and PR is that you could say employee of the month. You could do some really feel-good stories. Do you know what I mean? Like things like, oh look, this this guy was employee of the month because he helped this charity. So charitable efforts. Things people love all that. People love to see that you're giving as much as you're receiving. So and again, talking about if you've been given a discount by the government, a VAT discount or whatever, shout about it. Talk about that. Shout to your audience. Hey, guess what? Eat Out, Help Out has finished, but you know what? We're still slashing 20% off our prices. We're still going to give you this. We're going to offer this to you. You can shout about that yourself. You don't have to hire a PR firm or spend loads of money. Yes.
Because Facebook is free, isn't it?
Instagram
is free.
Exactly. So you don't, even if you did Facebook ads, you can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to spend a tenner. I'm going to spend a tenner on a Facebook ad, and I'm going to target it to specific
You're specifically
type of
talking
audience.
about Facebook boosting.
Yeah, you could do. So FB, using geographical stuff. And also, I was a little think as well, making sure that your online presence is up to date. So many times I've been online, you Google a restaurant or you Google someone, and the information is like, oh, do you know this place? Do they do, would you answer questions? Do they do that? Some of them, they don't even have the right information.
The owners, with respect to them, have to be able to actually fill that out themselves
do.
rather than Google asking the customers the questions.
That's right.
Obviously.
The owner should be online, making sure that their online presence on Google, on Google+, all of that is up to date and it's fresh. There's nice pictures, reviews, TripAdvisor.
Even small things such as websites not being mobile compatible.
Not being mobile compatible,
which is,
exactly.
Which
is actually a problem. You know, because if someone's putting it on their phone and then it's not running so well, that's it, they're off, they're gone. But, you know, even the delivery companies, you know, people, you know, using things like Deliveroo and Uber Eats and all of that, or telling customers, do you know what, if you come straight to us, we'll give you, you know, 5% off or whatever it is, you know.
Yeah.
All of these ideas really, you know, can be clever. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you very much for that, Julia.
It's all right.
I'm going to move on to Mahi Bhai, who will be short and sweet, obviously. How do you prepare for post-COVID-19 marketing? What would you specifically do in your situation?
Well,
if you were still.
You see, look, always I don't like direct marketing, so I might be deferring from this. Indirect marketing.
Word of mouth.
No. So, for example, in the night, you throw all the food in the bin. Rather than throwing those food after 11 o'clock, you tell the customer, whoever spent over £50, you give the vulnerable people in that nursing home that night meal behalf of 4 customers. Next thing, everybody's writing about you. You don't need no one, brother. You just need common sense. There's a sticky chickens. Sticky wings. If you go after 10 o'clock in the night, people are queuing up. And I feel good, I give the rest of my money as a tips. If I have £10 worth of food, I said keep them rest. Because I know the governor, in the night, get them people queued up and give it to them. Okay? COVID, measurement, you can't queue up. Let's do some nursing homes. Because
I think that is a thing on Uber Eats right now.
I don't know, I haven't seen this, I'm just telling you. So, food banks, England's are queuing up.
Yeah.
Today, Croydon Council gone bust under administration. No money. Right? We don't want to throw foods every night in the Indian restaurant. We want to reuse this, give it to people, but this customer who's paying, he need to know that he's contributing to that. He can say, sir, if you spend over £50 tonight, we will give that nursing home a chicken biryani behalf of you.
Make it personal to the customer.
So he feels that he has feed Jane and Jenna. TikTok, this, that. Look, I'm out of this picture. I'm not into this. I don't just go Google and copy somebody's idea. I think how it's going to work. I don't go to TikTok and copy somebody's and going to go and cut and paste. I don't believe in that.
You've gained empathy basically from your customer. By
your customer think he's feeding the 90-year-old man. He's feeling proud. He's telling his girlfriend or a friend, do you know what? I did that. This week, I bought 10 people a meal from that Indian. And 1 or 2, you go. And that's what he put on a social media. Jane is saying, thank you, Mr. Rahman, sending me the food. I have enjoyed the meal, and it was so good that I can't, pray enough for you. I tell you, that video will circulate to 1 million people within an hour.
Bye, thank you so much for that. Excellent.
And last word I want to say.
I found a new partner for my consulting company.
Last word I want to say. We must adapt with New World Order, with the COVID rules. A lot of our previous marketing skills are not going to work, brother. We have to learn a new trend, which will be 2021, which is around the corner, because we are in a transitional period now. Okay, lot of new things are coming. A lot of old things are going to disappear, like Second World War, like those things are. You're in a new era coming up too. So therefore, I'm sorry to say, a lot of those ideas are not going to work. Let's wait and see. Let's just survive next 6 months. Let's survive according to our means. Cut your clothes. I said, beginning of the program, I said, and look after your neighbors. This is the only way. God will bless you and your customer will love it, because everybody knows why I can't tell Daya Shankar that you are spending £50. You have an option, you can tick. Go and get 50 names from those nursing homes. These people hasn't got food. They're having mashed potato and peas.
Well, I'm now going to move on to Chef Sharma and try and persuade him to give me 50% off when I next go there. But Chef Sharma, how do you promote your current trends and the different healthy spices to attract your customers? Do you specifically tell them that you're putting this and that in your food?
Now, as we need to educate because this is the trend at the moment. Nobody know specialty about our spices. Okay, we know. We are all Indians. We are all Bangladeshis. We are all Asians. Know what is the these spices. What is the use of these spices? We are never mentioned. We never taught people that these are spices which is they can immune your system boost.
Are you telling your customers that?
No, but yeah, we are saying. But we
or
are,
are you
yeah,
telling
we are
them
saying,
now after?
No. We are saying
advice?
already. We are saying. We are mentioning. You can see my writing because that is in Indian newspaper. You can see I have given so many recipes, and it's in India. I think it's 2-3 days ago, and it's all about the immune boosting, and it's helping to keep you protected from COVID. Now
what a lot of restaurateurs obviously and our audience don't realize is a lot of the ingredients that we use to make our cuisines boosts our immune system.
So like we need to educate people that what is the use of turmeric, what is the use of cinnamon, what is the use of star anise, what is the use of black pepper. So these things, if you mention, then it will be like more appropriate for everyone. If they start knowing about that, then it's
excellent.
good for
So
you.
how do you manage that? Do you once a week or once a month say, look, this dish is full of turmeric, this dish is full of garlic, this dish is full of
you can see on
vinegar.
You can see my Facebook, in my Instagram. Every week or 15 days, I am writing about one spice. Okay.
Excellent.
What about this spice? I am picking up one spices and I am writing about that. What is the mean of this? How come? What is the benefit of this?
There's a fact about menopausal women that if with Asian women, they don't even notice the menopause. They effectively do not go through the menopause because of their diet. Indian women do not notice the menopause. So you can look it up. I don't know the exact facts. Due to their diet. Yeah, due to their diet. They are the women. They're a group of women who menopause don't even notice it. Don't have the same symptoms. Don't suffer the same.
The medicine is made out of a lot of our spices are medicine.
It's the dal, the lentils, the turmeric.
Absolutely,
it's
the
all
garlic
that,
especially,
the garlic,
and stuff like that.
It's that keeps them.
Turmeric is the best.
Turmeric, I'm going to go to
milk and drink it.
I'm going to go to Mujib
milk
finally.
If you can stir a little spoon and you can have.
Mujib, PR and marketing and branding, cost-effective ways.
Look,
Tell us.
I've always said marketing PR is all about having a balance. And we talk about Facebook, we talk about advertising, doing videos, great stuff. The reality is that you've got to also have really good food as well. So your food is part of your marketing, making sure that your food, your staffing, how you present yourself, that's all part of how marketing works, because the customer that comes in through the door, if they have a great time, good food, they will go away and they'll be your customers for a long time. They'll also bring in customers. So that is far more effective marketing than going into the social media and randomly just putting in advertising and so on. So for me, it's always been a balance between having good food, a balance between people that work there and the advertising that you do on social media and so on. In terms of where we are today with COVID and so on, it is a difficult and challenging time for everybody. So we've got to look at being more efficient. We've got to look at post-COVID marketing, how we be ready for the next part of the COVID transition. And we've got to make sure that our businesses are fully compliant and that we're able to do the homework now. So in terms of investing the digital media, so have good internet, make sure that your website itself is up to date and is relevant, is current. Look at menu. We talked about food menu. Look at menus that you're able to put together.
Excellent.
And so on. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that, Mujib Bhai. We're going to move on to a Zoom call. We have a new guest alongside Sharina now, Mr. Faz Ahmed, who's the owner of the Akash restaurant in Portsmouth and the founder of Karibai Air Express. Welcome. Assalamu alaikum, Mr. Faz Ahmed.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Fazbhai, I'd like to start off by asking how you make a smart marketing plan and allocate a budget to it.
Okay, so what we've been doing quite a lot is we know that the newspapers and TV, they need content because there's no events or anything going on. So we've just been calling them with small stories and they've been covering it. So it's cost us nothing. So we were on Channel 5 not long ago. Although that's a national audience, the local media picked up on it. So we've done 2 or 3 radio interviews, newspapers called us. So we've got a lot of local media coverage. Oh, we're really proud of the Akash. They're on Channel 5. You know, I think there was several million viewers. They're representing our city. So we've been doing lots of stuff with the local media. We fed nurses. Mahiba is exactly right what he said. He said, you've got food going to waste, so why don't you give it to local nurses or whoever? So on Mother's Day, it was a Sunday, we didn't have a very busy weekend. We gave 30 nurses food on Mother's Day. And the local media, the social networks just blew up on that. We're going in a book, actually, about it. So there's lots of things you could do that doesn't cost a lot of money. A couple of weeks ago, someone emailed me saying they wanted me to fly a curry to Japan because we had already done France. So I just picked up the local media and told them, look, I've had this. And although it's just one small email, they were on it because they just need a lot of content at the moment.
That is a form of low-cost...
cost-effective way.
Yeah, that is a form of low-cost budgeting, is it? Because all you need to do is pick up a phone to your local newspaper and the PR has been done for you in that sense. So, well done. I'm going to go back to Sharina and ask her some questions on thinking outside the box. I don't know if you remember, Sharina, you mentored a restaurant talent show winner a couple of years ago who did a few things with regards to Halloween and closing up his restaurants and scaring his customers and giving away a free diamond ring on Valentine's night, stuff like that. I don't know if you remember him, but give us some thinking outside the box ideas for COVID-19 specifically, if you can, other than your nostalgia marketing.
I do remember him. I'm not quite sure. I think I've forgotten his name. No, I'm only joking. Some top-line ideas. I'm thinking of what we've done on Yas Island in Abu Dhabi. So post-lockdown, you know, some of the restaurants we've collaborated with media, local media or Time Out, whatever's relevant to your audience, to work with a hotel and combine a stay at the hotel with a meal at the restaurant post-lockdown. You can also do that as a takeaway delivery in the lockdown. You know, you could have a competition running with the media to say, you know, you'll give a delivery of £100 worth of takeaway for someone's birthday, providing they share the best video of them enjoying something related to your restaurant brand. A previous historical visit in their restaurant, for example. Best picture wins that. So that's a good example. The other examples are frontline workers are really key. You know, the NHS workers, they are working day and night, and the media love it's not just about charities, but when people talk about anything related to the NHS and you're giving them either a discount or a freebie or you're inviting a group to enjoy something from your restaurant, that immediately gets media coverage. The other thing is, as everyone's been mentioning, you know, content is very low at the moment. People are bored of COVID. Do highlight stress management, all these ingredients, magnesium, zinc. These are all things that people are low on, not just to save themselves from COVID, but stress levels are crazy. You need magnesium, you need turmeric for anti-inflammatory, you need coriander for to prevent Alzheimer's. All these things. Look at, as Sahulia mentioned, all those national and international days every week. Write a press release. They're very simple to write. Anyone can write them. It's all you have to put is the story, and there's a structure. You can see how to write a press release. You can go on free resources like help a reporter out. You can see what they're asking for, and you can contact them. The best friend you'll ever have are your local town and city Facebook pages and community pages, and your local newspapers and your customers. You'll see what their biggest topics are, and you address them with something related to your unique selling points, related to your restaurant. You want to highlight that you are always at the top of their mind, and you are giving them a solution to something that they are missing, whether that's a solution to stress management, whether that's the fact that they're missing celebrating their birthdays with in your restaurant. Give them a press story about how to recreate the Indian restaurant ambience in their house. Give them a recipe of the most popular dish in your restaurant. You've already got the stuff. You've got chef biographies. You've got restaurant profiles.
Sharina,
you've got recipes. Send them.
Thank you very
the
much
other
for
thing
all
I would
of that.
say is
I will come back to you. Don't
when
worry.
You send a press release,
I will come back to you. I'm just going to quickly go over to Faz and get his final comments. Last 30 seconds, if you can, Faz.
Yeah, one advice I'd give to restaurants is treat these platforms, Uber, Deliveroo, as a supplier and say to them, what can you do for me? So we've been with Uber Eats, been working in partnership with them. They've done 3 campaigns where we've done 2, you pay for 1 curry, but you get 2, buy 1, get 1 free. So we've said, look, we've got 100,000 followers on all our social networks. We'll bring you more business. What can you do for us? And they will pay the difference. So treat them like any supplier. You would go to a supplier and say, what can you do for me? These guys, you're paying these guys for that service. They say, we charge you that much to market you. So make them work.
Thank you, Faz. So what you're saying is basically if you don't, you don't get if you don't ask.
Sorry, I can't hear you there. Did you?
If you don't ask, you don't get, basically.
You don't ask, you don't get. Exactly, you're right there. And you are paying them. So, like I said, they are saying, we're going to market you, blah, blah, blah. People complain about the rates, Just Eat Take and stuff. Like I said, go to them and say, what can you do for us? And I'm sure they want to keep hold of your business. Them platforms are doing really, really well at the moment. They're making a lot of money. So let them pass that on to us and help us, because we're in a crisis situation. We were never on any of these platforms before COVID. Soon as COVID hit and went into lockdown, we had to get on everything. Just Eat, Deliveroo. I mean, we were doing okay on takeaways, but it wasn't our main area of focus. But at the moment, it's our only area of focus, and we know the margins are a lot less on takeaway.
How has your branding and marketing shifted from Uber Eats and third parties to your own branded marketing, such as your website and your own online ordering system?
So these guys are obviously a lot more bigger, they're a lot more powerful, but we've done more videos now. So we've going on stories. On our website, you can see we're nearly completing every dish and how you make it. So vegans can feel comfortable, or people who've got allergies, they can feel comfortable, and they can see the recipes. So we're trying to drive more traffic that way. It's like, look at how your food is cooked. Look at what the ingredients are. So they'll go more on our website.
Thank you very much for that insight, Fazbai. You've done very well. Well done. I'm going to go back to Sharina for her final comments. Try and keep it to 30 seconds if you can, Sharina.
I think content is key and content is also king. So what I find with restaurants is you've got pictures, you've got videos, all those videos that you put on Insta stories, etc. Put them on your website, put them on your Instagram, put them on your Facebook. Multi-channel marketing is the best way to do it. Put them in a WeTransfer in your press release, send it to the media. Everything you use, put them across as many platforms that your audience look at to get the best coverage. And also, a lot of people on their Instagram, on their Facebook, they fail, and even their Insta stories, they fail to put their website link. So if you want to drive web traffic, you have to be reminding people across all channels, because everyone is not on all channels.
Excellent. Thank you so much for that. And well done, both of you. And we'll see you again sometime soon. We're going to finish off final comments from our studio guests here. We'll start off with Chef Sharma. Have you learned anything new today? Your final comments?
Yeah, because sharing ideas always good for everyone. Like we are learning every day, and there is so many things which is come across to us, all of us. I think we learned something new, and marketing is not a solution. I think we have to think positive, and you have to think in different ways. this is not only solution. You have to think that, yes, what you can do apart from this. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much. I'll move on to Mujib Bhai, your final comments, please.
So if you're a chain of restaurants, then branding is key. You can build on your brand. But when you've got a small outlet or a couple of one or two restaurants, it's better to utilize your focus on probably working better, like what Faz said earlier, with the likes of the intermediaries, Uber Eats, Just Eat, Deliveroo. The intermediaries bring in a lot of traffic, so you better to utilize that opportunity to negotiate better deals with them than go through a massive marketing exercise where it can be quite expensive and probably you may not have the expertise. So be focused to ride this out.
But sometimes you as an individual do not have any bargaining power towards those third parties because, as Faz said, they are massive corporations. And then we keep going back to our associations that we're associated with and paying money to. They're not lobbying for us either.
Depending where you're based, I mean, you can negotiate with them. I've just talked to someone earlier today. They were at 35%. They brought it down 27%. So you can. It depends on what the kind of relationship you have with them.
Excellent.
So you've got to build that relationship with them. That can be a lot more effective, more useful than you going out on.
Thank you,
solo.
Mujib Bhai. We're short on time at the moment, but thank you very much. Mai Bhai, short final comment from you, please.
Very simple. The marketing within the central London, if you copy them in Gerrard Cross, it's not going to work. If you copy them in Milton Keynes, it's not going to work. So you need to do your risk assessment. The first thing before everything else is called a risk assessment. Check if your area is here. No good just running after us.
Market research, basically.
Yeah. Do the research, see what's suitable for you. In Gerrard Cross, it's totally different concept. People don't give a monkey if they spend £200 for a curry for the night, for 4 of them. £300. This is usual for a Gerrard Cross. They will just
do your market research, adapt to local
so
trends.
just don't go into everything you listen from everywhere on the social media. Please tailor it. Please do your homework correctly. See who is your clients are, who are they officers, where they are. Central London, totally different. It was a smash and grab. They don't even have 60% regular customer. They'll be lucky to have 5% regular customer. Depends where he's in Central. Right?
Thank you, Mai Bhai.
So,
it's been a
anyway,
pleasure
look,
tonight.
we need to, there will be a lot of changes coming up. And what I said, it's not anything to upset anyone. It is to, I don't even know what is going to happen next year. We don't know because we got Brexit coming through. We got COVID uncertainty. You got American uncertainty. Everything is affected to the hospitality in the industry.
Global uncertainty.
So thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Julia, your final comments, please.
Final comment is you just got to learn to be creative, hang in there. Collaborations, I think. Look around you. Look at all the other businesses around you. You know, even Burger King put out an ad saying, please buy from McDonald's, buy from us, whatever you're going to do, just buy from us because we need the support right now. We never thought we'd say this, but we do. And that's the simple line: is collaborate with your fellow restaurateurs, collaborate with the local fruit and veg man, the grocer, the whatever it is. You know, get creative with your staff. Get your staff, if one of them, like if you can't utilise all your chefs, if one of them's really great at social media, get him to do the marketing for you. You're paying him anyway. You know what? You're off the chef work. You could do the marketing. If he's clever, if he's young and, you know,
He'll ask for
exciting.
1,000 instead of 500.
Exactly, that's it. Well, you know what? He's still got a job and that's what he'd be happy about.
Thank
and
you
you know
very
what? Just
much,
be
Julia.
creative. That's it.
I'd like to thank all my studio guests for being fantastic today and all our Zoom guests from Dubai to Scotland. You guys have been fantastic as well. Let's finish off tonight by, obviously, let's finish off this episode and season by congratulating the team behind the show, the Catering Circle, first of all. Haq Bhai and Shakil Bhai have been tremendous in informing us and educating the masses at home and keeping us safe, basically. I'd like to also thank my co-presenters, Sami and Tanya, the last couple of weeks for taking over and their support and being brilliant hosts. We've all learned that no matter what the situation, even during a global pandemic, we found ways to survive and limit the effects that this crisis has had on the industry. At the end of the day, we all need to eat. And as long as the consumer knows we are here through our clever marketing and branding, will always be on the forefront of their minds. They're always hungry. But thank you very much, and Allah Hafiz.